Scotties, a very good evening to you. It's just me, Scottie McClue. Welcome, I say, to our Saturday night 1 hour of superb, scintillating information, education, and entertainment for not just one nation, but for all the nations of the world. So lovely to be with you, and tell 10 that Scottie McClue is live just for you, big style. I tell you, lots of you there. That's just what we want. That's excellent stuff. And who else have we got? We've got LinkedIn has joined us. Wicklow Man, Brian's joined us. Lee's joined us. Tremendous stuff, guys. Tell us where you're watching from once you get settled in and get going. Say, I'm watching from such and such a place. Now, as you can see, we have the last of the sunflowers is still with us. Good evening, Scottie. How are you doing today? It's Elgin here, pal. Lee Joy, we love Elgin. I am a massive fan of Elgin. It'll be cold the night, it'll be cold the next in the tune. I'm telling you, looking down to the Dr. Grey's through the main street. I tell you, fantastic stuff. Lincoln, Dinky-Doo, how are we doing? Tremendous. How's the money doing the night in Elgin, Lee? Is the money looking okay? Is he up there? Is he just bra? What do we all think of the sunflower? Thanks for coming and joining us. Dinky-Doo, that one's polish. Is it that one's polish or that one's Polish? We have to. So you see in Glasgow, if you're Polish, you can be shining something up. I'll just give it a Polish. So there we are. But of course, we've got the Polish people. I like your catchphrases. Do you like the Dinky-Doo, Ian? It's going to go huge in about a week or two's time. Oh, he'll be cold tonight. Oh, the man, he'll be cold up the top there, up in the hill. Oh, when you find out what the hill's actually built on, you'd be amazed. You'll know. Yo, Polish guy. Mr. McClue, single mothers must be respected. Couldn't agree more. Absolutely. I tell you, depends why they're actually single, though. If they've got up with too much carry on. I tell you now. What have we got here? I'm trying to get rid of this thing that's come up here about goals because we're monetized again. So, of course, stuff pops up, guys. And you think, what does all this actually mean? There we go. It says hide. So we'll see if we can hide that. There we are. So that's gone. No, it's still there. I tell you. Right, let's see if we can get this a bit bigger, and then that should help, I say. What does that say? That's that. That's your dashboard. It's incredible, isn't it? Amazing stuff. Now, lots and lots of new YouTubes and TikTok videos for you. So get them as soon as you can. Dinky-Doo Kareem. It's marvelous. Thank you, that one Polish guy. I've heard you taught drama. Is that true? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, big teacher. Yes, indeed. Primary, secondary, tertiary, university lecturing, all that stuff. And we still do a bit of it. And why not? That's what I would say. Right, I need to find out where the chat's gone, guys. I've lost the chat. I don't know how to get the chat. So we'll get rid of that. There we all are. That's what we want. Now then, here's everybody. Hi, Numpty Heed, Dinky-Doo, Numpty Heed. Do you see the last wee survivor? The last one. I thought if he makes it till Saturday, I'll tell Numpty Heed. Hoots mon, it's Scottie, it's Glenn from Blackburn. Blackburn, Glenda. Are you in Blackburn? I tell you, are you up the road there, up to Blackburn? Now, who else have we got? Hello, Janet, Dinky-Doo. Hi, Scottie, says Kareem. Kareem's also with us on the TikTok and the YouTube. Guys, if you're watching on the YouTube, please get subscribing. Very important. I wasn't on here last Saturday night. Ian, we missed you. You need to be on, I tell you. And if you're all very well behaved, we might even give you a tune on the Muthi. Would that be good? Do you want some more light? Have we got enough light? Or do you want some more? I'll do my optician bit. Is it better like this? Or is it better like that? Better like this? Or better like that? You tell me what you think's best. I tell you. Now, who have we got? Evening, Scottie. If you want celebrity traitors, Would you want to be a traitor or a faithful? Oh, I would need to be a faithful. I could never be a traitor. I think you'd make a great traitor, even though you're a fantastic person. Well, I have been a bit naughty playing a game before. There's a game you can play, and you've got a set of cards, and somebody's got the red card. And I've played that one before with some amazing people. And they've said, well, in that case, who must have it? And they're going, Scottie, it's you. I thought, oh, sorry about that, boys. There we are. We told a wee white lie. DINKY-DOO, Scottie, any announcement yet? Very soon, Scott Riley. I would think 2 weeks. They're still discussing. I'm keeping out of the discussions, and it will be big. It will be big. So I tell you, I can't tell you the whole story, obviously. I would in a heartbeat if I could. DINKY-DOO, Scottie from the North Sea. Gary, what are you doing in the North Sea? You will get very, very cold tonight. Agree to Mr. McClue from a cold Derbyshire. Much respect to you. And lots of prayers. God bless Roy Michael Taylor. What a lovely, lovely fellow you are. Do you know one of my favourite places? Do you know Overhaddon? Overhaddon? Yes, I tell you, Overhaddon. St. Anne's Overhaddon. Beautiful little church. Pheasants running about. I've got this little flake of skin in my eye. It was there the other day. Is it gone? Ah, it's gone. We managed to get rid of it. Right, that's excellent stuff. I do apologize, but it looks a bit funny. People say, what's wrong? What's wrong with his eye? I tell you, has everybody subscribed and given me a thumbs up? Bottom left, and then TikTokers, if you can get yourselves right up to the bio. Do you know I must be the only TikToker people can watch for an hour? Incredible. I'm very humbled by the whole thing. It's tremendous. I, Scottie, have started the patches on Wednesday. No noticeable change yet. Bryn Breed, did you get them from me? Or did you go for something cheap off the internet? Right? If you got them from me, I would know. So I'm just wondering where you've got your patches from. And you should get a change right away. But are we talking about the same patches? Or have you gone for something else? So tell us more about it. That's what we want to know. Don't get caught out like I did a few years ago. Remember the clocks tonight. Yes, they go back tonight, don't they? Spring forward, fall back. Absolutely. Now we are talking. Who else have we got here? Do you know, apparently I'm the coolest thing on TikTok, guys. There we are. It's the best on the planet. Thank you, Kendall. You're very kind. Carbolic 77, DINKY-DOO. I tell you, there's the wonderful Jerry Nicol. Hello, Scottie. Hello, Jerry. How are you keeping? Tell us more. DINKY-DOO, Scottie, you're looking well, my friend. Count Marky Lago. Very, very kind of you. We'll open the phones later. We might even try. What I've started doing, guys, I'll not say too much on this program, but because I'm now doing the LifeWave patches, yes, www.lifewave.com/Big Talk Man, BIGTALKMAN with a capital B. Because I started doing that, I've set up a separate channel called @Scottie McClue Health. So get on, have a look at that, watch all the videos. There's a huge conference this weekend, and the founder of LifeWave was speaking. What an inspirational guy. Guys, this is huge. There's a call coming in. Let's see, who have we got here? There's a call coming in. Where are you? I'm looking for you on the phones. It's not bringing you up. This is interesting. Why can I not see you? Why can I not see you? I wonder if you're on the phones there. Ring me again. There we go, because I should be able to catch you on the telephones. There we are. There's Susan. DINKY-DOO, Susan, lovely to have you with us, and a very warm welcome, I can tell you. Very busy tonight. Scottie, you're looking good, my friend. DINKY-DOO from North Carolina. Can you say hello to my father, Alvin? Alvin, Dinky-Doo in North Carolina. We love you. Guys, do you know that I think it's 20% of my Gary Stevenson's just got the number 3 gifter badge. Guys, thank you for your gifts. Evening, Scottie, says Alex, not heard you for years since Scott FM. Oh, call coming in. Hello, you're live in Scotty's Phone In. Who's that?
Yes, Scotty, it's me, Glenn. Scotty, how you doing?
Glenla, how are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Have you heard about the Sheffield Wednesday news, Scotty?
Heard about it. Everybody's been on. You've got to remember, absolutely, Glenn, although I'm back in Scotland, I'm in touch with Yorkshire all the time. So, with
obviously there's potential investors now, aren't there?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, if I had the money, I'd buy it myself.
It's not good going into administration, but at least it starts again, doesn't it?
Well, everybody was talking about that. They were actually saying, how amazing it is. Oh, hold on. I've got something funny happening here. Something's just come up. Right, it's gone again. That's brilliant, Glenn. Sorry about that.
The best thing, it should have accepted a lower offer, Scotty, shouldn't it?
Well, I'm not going to get into any ins or outs, Glenn. We don't discuss these in public because I don't know the ins and outs of the deal. And remember, they're not here to put their point of view. So that's why I can't media-wise discuss anything to do with the deal. But what I can say is it's an incredible club. And they will
bounce back.
You've got to remember, when I was working on Hallam FM radio, it was just across the road, and it was absolutely bouncing, absolutely jumping. And I've you've maybe heard me say this. Sorry, Glenn, but you maybe heard me say this before. But I used to go into Hallam just as the game was starting. I had to leave early if it was football traffic. And it's
been out the Premier League too long, Scotty, hasn't it?
Well, this is it, but it'll bounce back. It'll bounce back, big stuff. And then you'll all be singing to the other mob, "This city's ours."
Exactly. Hopefully, Scott.
Well, I bet you can't. I bet you can't wait. I bet you can't wait.
It's good to have some banter with him, though, Scotty, isn't it?
Oh, of course. Listen, where would the clubs be without the banter? This is the panic. When we had a club in Scotland, one of the big ones, having a bit of a challenge, shall we say. The other one would go,
rivalry.
Yeah, the other one would go, "Hey, you'll finish." And I thought, listen, if we were ever finished, if that club was ever finished, that smile would be wiped right off your face. Because you need that rivalry, don't you? Well, who would you have? They'd be. I mean, are they going to play a game on their own?
That's what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. So don't worry about that point. But the buzz on the streets, I mean, everybody was saying last night on the telly, no, it's a great day. It's a great day.
Absolutely.
Only Yorkshire people could come out with that, couldn't they? Your club's got into administration.
Well, Scott.
Eh?
They ripped his seats out as well, Scotty, the ex-orders.
Oh dear, I don't know what's point in all that. I don't understand that, Glenn.
Just to get rid of his mark altogether, kind of thing.
Well, there we are. We'll see what's to do. We'll see how it all pans out.
I mean, Rangers have got Wednesday's old manager now, Scotty, Danny Rowell.
Yep, absolutely. I'll tell you, we'll see how that pans out too. That's quite exciting because everybody was thinking it might be me, you see. So I was quite relieved.
You turned it down, Scotty, didn't you?
Oh, I couldn't possibly. Go on.
Not long till Christmas now, Scotty, is there?
Not long till Christmas now, love, and to the little one's birthday.
Exactly.
Week after, I tell you, Glenn, absolutely. So, just to finish up there, you're quite excited with the whole thing.
I'm more optimistic than I was before, yeah, definitely.
Good. Absolutely. Excellent stuff. Glenn, lovely to hear you and Dinky-Doo.
It's a pleasure to talk to you, Scotty, as well.
Dinky-Doo, top
man. Love you, big man.
Love you lots. See you soon. Hey, that's our Glenn from Sheffield. He's staying over in the Midlands at the moment, but from Sheffield. And of course, he's a big, big Sheffield Wednesday fan. So it's quite exciting. As I say, only Yorkshire people would be going, hey, it's an administration, brilliant. We'll get our club back. We'll get us club back. I'm walking down the road at 10 a.m. When it was 9 a.m., I was still in British summertime. I know what you mean, Ian, the BST. Can you give a shout out to Danny and Kissy? Yes, I can, Sky. Dinky-Doo. Scottie, Dinky-Doo. Dinky-Doo, everybody. This is wonderful. Howdy doody from Costa del Dunoon. We love Dunoon. What a beautiful, beautiful place. So many good memories of Dunoon. Now, what have we got here? Scotland are playing the USA. Oh, my goodness me. Used to listen to you years ago on the radio, Scottie. Good to hear you again, says Johong. Johong, lovely to hear from you. Get following. Wednesday has gone into administration. I know they're all excited about it, Angela. So there we go. Who have we got? There's wee Rosie watching. We like that. Long since I haven't heard from Glenn. Seems a nice guy. Oh, lovely guy, Jerry. Big SCOTTIE McCLUE fan. Going back years. Fabulous football club, Sheffield Wednesday. Deserve better. Been to Hillsborough many times. Watching Blackburn. Blackburn, Jack Walker stand. Fantastic. Opinions on Middlesbrough. The Borough. We love the Borough. And as you know, I used to broadcast up to Middlesbrough. And we used to get the Borough. Yes, absolutely. I don't understand why my username, Broonbreed's, appearing instead of my name. It's Neil, the Paisley man in Bournemouth. Oh, Dinky-Doo, Neil. So why have I not seen you get your patches from me? I wonder, did you get them from me? Did you get them from lifewave.com/Big Talk Man? There we go. And have you got the right patches, Neil? Greetings from the Strone, as in the scheme. Oh, not as strewn across the water. Can you see Strone in Argyll from the Strone? And the Fancy Farm. I remember you when you were in Hallam FM with SCOTTIE McCLUE fan club in the secondary school. I went to Hillsborough. Today, I've been an SWFC fan all my life. Well, Pagrant. I love the fan club in Sheffield for McClue. There might be another one. What was the greatest television show of all time? Greatest television show of all time. Who do you prefer, Scottie, Celtic or Rangers? I would suggest you go and see them both play, JC. They're both very good clubs, and then just make a decision. Good evening, sir. I hope you're well. Oh, Simon, we're well. Greatest television show. I'll tell you what I've been seeing a lot of on TikTok is the Dick Emery show. Now, that was a cracker. Benny Hill, another cracker. On the Buses, another cracker. What do you think of Hibernian FC? I've been there. I've been to Hibs and met Tom Farmer. Fantastic stuff. Tom Farmer was the director. I do, Scottie, on the right side of history. Good one, JC. So what, are you a big Rangers fan or a Celtic fan? Hi from Kilmarnock. We love Kilmarnock. We're big Kilmarnock people here. We're my big Kilmarnock bonnet. Now, what do you think of... I don't know what that was. Was that Gaelic you were asking me about there? Yeah, I tell you. Hello from Aberdeen. Dinky-Doo for Aberdeen. Who's your doos? Mon the Gers, says Toby. The Gers. What about, would you go if we change the two of them into Glasgow United? Who's your doos, says Toby. We're chaffing awa, Toby, chaffing awa, just doing awa, fine loon. I tell you. Fish Supper has joined us. Lovely to have you with us, Fish Supper. Dinky-Doo, we're chaffing awa. Dinky-Doo, it'll be cold in Badine the night, eh? Oh, dinna go down the beach the next, you'll catch your teeth. I tell you. Now, what have we got here? It's freezing up here. It will be, Toby. I can just sense it. The Northern Lights. Dinky-Doo, Scottie, looking forward to your new radio show, Magical Man, MM, Mighty Mo. We're going to be hearing more. The whiskey's keeping me warm. Only if you have it after you've been out. Somebody said that to me when I had the dog and I was going out for a walk. They say, don't have a dram before you go out. The phones! You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
DINKY-DOO, it's Kareem, Scottie.
How are we? My new phones are brilliant. Kareem, you'll maybe do me a favour. Did you dial in on the 0333?
I did, yes. The second number you gave.
Yes, I'm just wondering if the Glasgow one's back, and it would be lovely to try that. But after you finish here, in case you can't get through.
Well, Scottie, what I'll do is I'll hang up and I'll try, and if I can't get through, I'll try and get back on this one.
Come back on the 0333. Lovely, Kareem. That'd be brilliant.
Right.
You know that one? 0141, yeah.
Yep, I've got it saved. Cheers.
Oh, cheers, that. Brilliant. That's our Kareem is going to try the Glasgow number for us because it should be back on. It's tremendous. The technology is just out of this world. This is brilliant. I just started putting the heat on this week, says Amy. I held off until now, just putting on a heavier jumper at night. I do the same myself. Hang on, who have we got here? You're live on Scotty's phone in. Oh. Where are we getting that from? I don't know. We can't have music on here, guys. Always remember that. There we go. Opinions on Kanye West? Do you think you can separate the art from the artist? Oh, I'm quite sure. Who's this here? You're live on Scotty's phone in, is that?
Hi, Scottie, it's Kareem. It's not put me through. It's when I phone the number, it's coming up to a call centre.
Ah, that's no good, that. No. I might be the call centre. I'll need to check it more. It's maybe just coming back on. They said it should be on this weekend, but it doesn't matter because we've got the 0333 and people are loving that. Yes.
No, listen, as long as people can still get through, that's the main thing.
I'm just going to tell the TikTokers, Kareem, they're all asking for the phone number. 0333 335 6709. 0333 335 6709. Thanks, Kareem. Brilliant.
Yeah, no problem. Well, Scottie, here, not to go into detail, which I won't, but it's more about, it's looking at a different angle. We've got a lot of people at the moment attacking the monarchy, and we won't go into reasons why, but because of a certain individual, they're now trying to target the whole royal family to get them eliminated. What is your views on that?
Well, I think that it's basically ignorance. Now, I'm not going to make a comment on the individual you're talking about, but
yes, I know we can't do
jumping on a bandwagon and thinking they know. And if you actually said to the people, okay, tell us, you know, what you actually know factually to be true. Tell us what you know factually to be true, so we can all listen to that, you see. And then I think they would struggle. You see, I think they would struggle, but I can see that the king, I mean, praying with the Pope this week. Now, news people were getting a lot of that wrong, Kareem. They were going, bringing the two faiths together. There only is one faith, the Christian faith. And quite often, even if you ask somebody who's been Roman Catholic all their life, because we're all Catholic, because it means universal, and if you speak to somebody who's been Roman Catholic all their life, and you say, what religion is the Pope? They go, well, he's Catholic. You think, no, that's not a religion. Christianity is the religion, and the Pope is a Christian, and King Charles, as the Supreme Governor of the Church of England, is also a Christian. And if you look at the maths closely, as I like to do, because I mean I get invited to all sorts of things. Do you know what I mean? And if you look at the mass, it's just a whisker different from the Anglican Mass.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
and the main difference is, you know them inside out, Kareem, but not everybody does. The main differences are having His Holiness the Pope as an intercessor, as the head of the church, and the Protestants, and in particular the Church of Scotland, which is remarkably quiet at the moment, I would have said, but the Church of Scotland, Christ is the head of the church, and you would directly communicate with Christ. The moderator is one of their own, who's chosen for a year, a moderatorial year, to moderate what goes on at the General Assembly of the Church of Scotland. And the Archbishop of Canterbury is the primus of the Roman Catholic Church. Of the Anglican Church. And we've just got a new Archbishop of Canterbury. The last one resigned.
Female.
And a female, And I'm wondering if we'll ever see another female pope. We've had a female pope before, but I'm not sure if everybody knows that.
I'm going to be honest, I didn't know that, Scottie.
You see, McClue's your man, Kareem, when it comes to the stuff. So sorry, I mean, that slipped out the wrong way, but obviously the Archbishop of Canterbury is primus of the Church of England, and the Supreme Governor is the monarch. But that's because somebody once came on to me and said they didn't think that Prince Charles, as he was then, should be the head of the Church of England. And I said, why not? And they said, because he's an adulterer, because he'd confessed to it on the telly. And I said, well, are you bearing in mind the Church of England was started by an adulterer for the purposes of adultery? You know, and that was it at the time. And that's history for you. And also, I don't think that the Roman Catholic Church can point fingers and throw stones, you know, from a glass house. So there's been problems over the years. But as you've heard me say before, in business, when I was working right at the top of business, my boss, who was a real topper, said to me, you must respect the office if you don't care for, even if you don't care for the incumbent.
No, absolutely.
So we had, so Pope, just to put you in the picture there, Kareem, and put everyone else in the picture, we had Pope Joan. Yes? And after Pope Joan, I can't remember her exact dates, but after Pope Joan, they introduced a chair, and the chair had a carving out of it in the middle. And I won't go into any detail. You could use your imagination on that one. And this was for checking that His Holiness was male when they'd elected them. You know, so interesting times. But a lot of people don't realize. It's like somebody said to me once, do you think we'll ever have a gay prime minister in this country? And I said, we've had one. You know, I wasn't going to be so base as to reveal and have a big discussion breaking out. But, you know, but we've had one, you know, from that point of view. There's a London Irishman says, I'm a Methodist. So it's very interesting to see. And as I say, religion has never actually caused a problem. It's a lack of knowledge and understanding.
I think religion, it's the certain followers for every religion that cause the problem. But religion there should be there to guide and give you faith and to be a better person.
Yes, and in the past, yes, I don't doubt it was used for control. I mean, I can remember having, see, all these conspiracy theories that are emerging, and a lot of them being proven not to be conspiracy theories. I can remember having very healthy discussion with an extremely switched on, clever person 40 years ago who suggested to me that the government loved football because they knew where all the working class were on a Saturday afternoon.
True.
Isn't that interesting? So they loved football. But your other side of that is there's nothing, frightens a chief constable more. And I know there's some talking to chief constables than crowds out and about. Because if you think about it, it is quite difficult to control a massive people. It's difficult to say, excuse me, is everybody listening? Can you all just turn left down the street at the bottom there, please? And then the other constables will direct you. It doesn't quite work like that.
Yeah.
No.
It just takes a few rotten eggs in a crowd to spoil it for everybody.
Well, it can even take one to start kicking off, So there we go. Ian Mac, we would never discuss that on here. This is an upmarket chit-chat on here. They're also, it's quite funny, the level that some people operate at, low vibe, I call it.
Scottie, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for taking my call. I'm now going to have a very late dinner, but I'll be listening to you in the background.
You're a top man, Kareem, and DINKY-DOO, sir.
DINKY-DOO, have a great week and wrap up tonight. It's a very cold one.
Absolutely, DINKY-DOO. That's our Kareem. What a super guy. Always a good call, Kareem. Excellent stuff. I certainly enjoyed visiting and driving down to Bournemouth, says Texas Blue, from London the last time I was in the UK. Well, Bournemouth's beautiful, I believe. The Roman Empire never ended. It's still active within religion. Scott Riley, I think that's a fair point. There's a saying, all roads lead to Rome. And I think that's actually true. And you see how much of the Roman Empire rubbed off on the British Empire. So to what extent is the British Empire not ended? When in Rome, another saying, absolutely. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. And that speech by Mark Antony in Julius Caesar by Shakespeare, when he goes, friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. Well, one of the biggest discussions is, did the friends, Romans, and countrymen ever actually get their ears back? It was just a loan, it was a loan. So that's Shakespeare. You just never tire of Shakespeare. David, thank you for my red roses. Guys, McClue never asks for anything, but there's a goal up there for red roses and handheld hearts and all that sort of stuff. And if you're feeling flush, also, can everybody on TikTok start going tap, tap, tappity, tap, tappity, tappity, tap to see if we can beat 41,000 likes? Yeah. And everybody get following as well. Nobody should be on TikTok and not follow Scottie McClue. How do you do, Scottie? Love from Troon. Some say the home of golf. However, it's truly Prestwick. Well, do you know, Brandon, I found out, was Prestwick not founded before the old course, the old club at St Andrews? Because I can remember one of my bosses, and he was a member of Prestwick Golf Club, and said, why, Scottie, that's the one. That's the absolute one. I never ever thought you'd be down with the kids these days and be on TikTok. Well, Andy, big Fergie, I'm apparently the coolest thing on TikTok. And the young people absolutely love it. But think about it. It's not really just for the kids. There's a massive, massive, massive following on TikTok for a lot of older people, elderly people. I tell you, I watch a lady who's 101, Hello from Stirling. I loved listening to you on the radio. We'll be back on the radio soon. Can you please do the robot? Oh, the robot. Follow us, guys, as soon as you possibly can. Great call, Kareem, says Susan. Good one, Susan. Thank you very much. Susan, have you changed your handle this week? We got a new handle. I'm just looking out for you there. And Dinky-Doo, I say to you, that was brilliant. Good to see you on the media. We missed your opinions. Oh, psych. I don't really do opinions. I do fact. We do fact. Give us a call, end of day. 033335 6709. Drop the 0 if you're +44. The opening sequence of the film Chariots of Fire was filmed on St. Andrews Beach. I remember it. And I've got, I know this sounds obscure, guys, and you think, what is this guy all about? I've got a Cambridge calendar, which is quite a thick book from 1922. And in it is Harold Abrams at the Cambridge College. Harold Abrams. And another one attending at the same time was R.A.B. Butler, Rab Butler. Eric Liddell, yeah, wonderful man. He didn't go to Oxford or Cambridge, Eric. He was your true Scot. Harold Abrams passed in 1978. Wow, London Irishman. Amazing. I think everyone has, Scottie. I've just seen that. So there we are. What a new handle. I tell you. Vangelis. Oh, Vangelis. Vangelis. Yes, Vangelis. What would you say? Carbonic. I tell you. So there we are. So, Neil, you still haven't fessed up about the patches. I've done a confession, guys, on TikTok. You'll see. Do you watch the TikTok videos? Are you winning the day, sir? Oh, winning all the time, John Boy. Night, John Boy, as we always used to say. Who else have we got? Harold Abrams won the gold in the 100 meters. Eric Liddell went to be a missionary in China, and I think he died quite young, sadly. Heartbreaking. Scottie M, Dinky-Doo, and Tommy back on the radio. Oh, easy. They were great people, I tell you. What's your opinions on the upcoming budget and proposed tax hikes? I'm sorry, but I'm not even going to comment on that. I've no time for all that at all. We need a cheerful politician in, like Donald Trump. We need somebody coming into the UK and goes, right, things are going to be changing around here. You're all going to get some big money from us. You know, there's no crisis, there's no depression, no recession. I've had that all my life. I've been watching politics since the early 60s. Big no money, no money. You know, well, where's the money going? The next thing is you tell us you're sending billions to this and billions to that. Scotland gives you £90 billion. What do you do with that? I tell you, happy Christmas to a very good boy, Shay. Yes, a happy Christmas when it comes, Shay. There we are. We also need Trump in Canada, says Janet. Janet, I love your wee messages and thank you for watching all the SCOTTIE McCLUE videos. This is going to be so big, guys. Can you speak Russian? Привет. And then I say to you, до свидания. There we are. I tell you, send it to their pals. Yeah, they probably do. It's ridiculous nonsense. You know, all that. I want a government that comes in and goes, hi, everybody. All the problems are over. And we're talking to Big Donald. And we're going to get you all money. We're going to chop taxes. There didn't used to be income tax. It came in America in 1913. John Boy says he knows my ma. Well, you knew my ma. My ma's gone for 25 years. Yes, 25 years passed. And my father, Big Archie's away 29 years, 30 years next year. And it seems like yesterday, guys. I tell you. Garbage. So there we are, says Robert. You came into my work. I did, Elaine, yes. The film Chariots of Fire was also filmed in Bennington in the Wirral. We love the Wirral. Can I join live to hear about your stories? Well, you're hearing about them. We've got lots of stories to tell you. A sad loss, mate. Absolutely. I tell you, Carbonic. You look like Tam. What? Tam O'Shanta? Tam the Bam? Which Tam? Scottie, my schemes become almost entirely drugs and machetes and all that. You see, this should never, ever be happening. I had a very interesting thought the other day. You know that countries are going, yeah, we're going to give billions for some weapons and that. I thought to myself, why not, if you want to make money out of arms sales, why not change the product to pruning hooks and plows and tractors and all that, and start feeding the world? The elites will still get their money. They can come in on both sides, the sides of the farmers, the sides of everybody, right? So all the powers, get all the powers together in one room. Say, no, do come to the meeting. And you say, right, Christ, I thought you were dead. Well, there's a big debate about, is Christ dead, or does he live among us in his risen power already, or is he going to come back? Or do you mean you thought I was dead? Well, I did check before I came on, because a lot of people ask nowadays, they go, are you not dead, Scottie? I hope not. No. We've been feeding the world, Scottie. They only demand more and never learn to grow. Give them the plowshares. Don't give them the money or the weapons. You're live on Scottie's phone in. Who's that?
Good evening, Scottie. It's Tutso here.
Wow. Hey, how are you? I wonder if my new number's ready at Tuts. Kareem said that it went to some club or something like that.
Oh, I'll be phoning that up. You and me, Scottie.
We're
going to go out. We're going to get mad for it.
Well, we're absolutely mad for it. Listen to this. Ooh, the elites will put out a hit on you. Yes, bring it on, I say to them. If my people heard about that, that would be the end of the elites.
Well, I don't really have too much to say tonight, but the film Chariots of Fire has come up a couple of times, and I'm going to have to put a spoke in this particular wheel, Scottie.
Yes.
Well, I grew up in the 70s and 80s, and the 80s was such a great time for American blockbusters. You had your original Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones films, the original Star Wars
these
trilogy.
Movies, I had to watch every second of those, and now I'm not bothered. See, when I see one's on, I think, no, I'm not wanting to see that.
Modern ones I can take or leave largely, but the thing is, the British film industry just kept producing stuff like Chariots of Fire, all the Merchant Ivory. Do you remember the production team?
Fantastic. I'll tell you what I loved. I loved Remains of the Day.
Oh, God, no, Scottie. You're wrong.
Yes.
You're wrong.
No, with respect, these were some of the greatest movies ever. Absolutely. And I loved our actors. John Gielgud as the master of the college, you know.
It's absolutely full of effete Englishmen.
Yeah, but listen. What you've got to realize is that the English establishment and Oxford and Cambridge and the River Thames and London, all that has sold stuff for years. I mean, really big. You look at the one with Morse. Look how popular Morse was. Still, if Morse comes in the telly, I'm watching it. But then I'm also watching Taggart.
Well, yeah, but I think it's selling a kind of idea of Englishness that even if it did exist, it hasn't existed for a long time. I mean, I was in Cambridge just about a month and a half ago, and the remnants of any Englishness is completely gone.
Oh, of course, no, but you see, this is deliberate. This is deliberate because it was such a powerful identity. Do you see what I mean? And Scotland as well. It's such a powerful identity. And if we all just become the same, which is what our masters are probably wanting at the moment, they want us just all to be the same. Every human being's the same. Sorry, come on, what's happened to individualism? Where are all these characters? Where's all these? Let's have a look again, and we can flash it up on the telly. It should be on national telly, the list of inventors from Scotland, but they're so frightened of Scotland's power. You see what I mean? It's very simple. It's like, all our life we've been told, Africa, very poor country. Very poor continent full of poor countries, Africa. Yeah. Very poor. And all the richest. But what if everybody started getting their hands on that? That's the whole thing. And I'm not going to go into detail. I don't want us chopped off in our prime. But, that's what's happening at the moment in Europe as well. There's all this tremendous rich, and they're all looking at each other going, who's having? So it's like a big game of Monopoly.
Yeah, well, I mean, particularly one thing, I don't have any interest in getting into political discussions, but there is a left-wing argument against the European Union, which is never ever aired, and it's because they put literally into law that you can't have certain types of government, and we're talking recent British history, like James Callaghan government would literally be illegal. I know this is going to stir a hornet's nest that I can't be bothered dealing with.
Yeah, but you see, if you think
there
about
is a left-wing argument.
You
can have. It's like Fordism. You can have any colour of government you like as long as it's Reagan Thatcherite monetarism.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, no, it's been the same all along, and I think what Big Donald's doing, and this is why they're out to get him, and people that fall for it go, aye, but look at this. I mean, he's a convicted felon. There's all this, and they go on like that. But you think, why are they so keen to get him? Do you see what I mean? And the answer is because he's breaking the mold. He's saying, forget all that stuff. Bad people. So what's happening? They never used to talk. Now, you've been in business. You've been in different businesses. So you must be thinking to yourself, people go, Tops, if you could maybe kick that along this week. Okay, I'm on it. I'll get onto that. All that kind of slow chat, right? And that's so people could keep their jobs. They think, no, there's a pace we work at here, and we don't rush it, right? And then Big Don comes in and goes, right, Cups, I've heard you're a good man. You deliver by the end of the week, or you're bad people. You're out. So you think you're fired. You think, oh, jeez. I'm no use to this kind of pressure. This is a bad man telling me what to do like this. I was wanting to get a cup of coffee, and now I've got to go and make phone calls. You're right. So it's that, and that's what's really shaking people up. And he's going, okay, so what are these bad people? Okay, let's finish them off. I'll make a big signature and hold it up.
It shows you it's surprising how much power the United States president turns out that he has.
Well,
and
just tell me you haven't smiled at some of his antics. If you told me you hadn't smiled at his antics, I would have to call you Tops Pinocchio way.
No, I've heard so much over the years that I just kind of bail out of taking a position on anything. I think it's the internet that did it to me about 20 years ago, because I could feel myself being forced into taking strong positions on things. And then I just decided, I'm not doing this anymore. As I said before, the older I get, the less I know, and I think that's a more healthy way to be, I think.
Yeah, but if you think, a guy said to me one time, he said, if you knew what was going on, I think you'd be very disappointed, right? And I think it's time to sort of see exactly what's going on, start to think for ourselves, and start to think, no, I'm not spending 2 hours on the phone today, from that point of view. Because if you think about it, I didn't have a mobile phone, right? I was a big guy in the communications industry, right? But I didn't have a mobile phone.
Yeah.
And my boss said to me in 1998, he said, "What's your mobile number, Scottie?" I said, "My what?" He said, "Your mobile number." I said, "What? How do you mean mobile number?" He went, "For your mobile phone, for your mobile, man." And I said, "Well, I don't know. I don't do any of that. I don't have a mobile." Right? So he said, "Oh, no, this is not happening." And then he turned to his PA and said, "Get Scottie a mobile. That'll be arriving tomorrow, by the way, because I need to be able to get in touch with you." So that was the start of the mobile. Then I kept the tiniest, I think I've still got it here in the desk, wee old tiny phone. And it was a friend of mine said, you need to get rid of that, Scottie. You're missing out on so much. I mean, there's apps. I said, "There's what?" He said, "Apps." I said, "I don't know what you're talking about." Anyway, he had the latest top of the range, and he was always flicking it up and scrolling and all that stuff, right? And we were at a party one night, and he wanted to phone his son to come and pick us up. And he said, "Can't get a signal." So I brought out my wee old phone. He went, "Oh, please don't tell me." And I rang, and it rang as clear as a bell. And I said, I've got your dad here. He wants a word with you. And he was covering his face and everything, going, "I'm so embarrassed." Right? I said, "No, don't be." And I kept that until it was virtually impossible. People were saying, "Could you send me I could send a text." That was the thing on that one. "But could you send me a picture?" I think that was it. And I said, "Oh, I don't think we could be doing that."
Yeah, well,
can I email you? That was the other one. "Can I email you? I'll email your phone." No, it doesn't. It doesn't do email. It'll do a text. And they went, "Oh, come on, Scottie."
My phone, it's, you have to the only phones you can really get are smartphones. But I genuinely just use it for phoning, and if I have to send an email for work. But one of the things, I spent well over £1,000 on the PC monitor I've got that I'm looking at you just now. And Scottie, you are enormous on this enormous ultra wide.
Listen, Tubbs, I'm wanting to tell everyone to get out there and get it on their tellies and just shout, "Alexa, Scottie McClue talk show on YouTube."
Yeah, just do it. I would suggest everyone should just do an internet search for 35 inches of Scottie McClue, and that's what you'll get. That's what will come up, I'm sure. Right?
I absolutely love it.
But but I'm not going to downgrade my viewing experience to this little slab of black technology.
No.
I spent a lot of money on my big monitor.
There's a particular soap I follow at the risk of embarrassing myself, and I have
told you
to
before
say
that's a bad idea.
Well, yeah, but when it's really pressing and I'm out at some meeting, I think, no, I need to see what's happening. So I have watched it on the phone in the lavatory.
Can I tell you very quickly my view on soap operas? This is probably going to be really unpopular, but you will be familiar with the old psychological experiment known as Pavlov's dogs.
Yes, wonderful.
Well, I'll explain it very quickly for anyone who doesn't know it. This is about 100 years old, and now would be considered unethical. A psychologist wired or put tubes into dogs' salivary glands, would ring a bell and feed them. Then he realised that they didn't even have to feed them to get their salivary glands working. They would just ring the bell, and they were socialised or associated the bell with getting fed to the salivary glands. My view is that soap operas are like this because the characters that very occasionally, particularly with previous girlfriends, I have been forced to watch soap operas, And the thing is that soap operas are not real drama, because a baddie comes into a soap opera and he's so obviously bad, the audience all think, oh, he's a right badging him. And so they give themselves a little pat on the head. The audience collectively give themselves a pat on the head and a little dopamine rush.
Well, one of the soaps recently, you've had what's known as dramatic irony. You know what I mean by that? The audience know what's going on, but the characters give the impression they don't.
But they're all like that.
Yeah, but you see, I'll tell the only thing, and you and I have had this before, the only thing that really annoys me is when they put on this drama with the most ridiculous things that couldn't be happening, and then at the end, they've given the announcer a script to say, if you've been affected by any of the issues tonight, you think, yeah, that's right, we've had 8 murders and 4 divorces just along the road there, you know. It's just, and that to me, that reduces it. Whoever came up with that was just to say, if you've suffered from the problems that complete and utter bananas person on the soap opera No.
I actually know who came up with that, because as you know, I actually worked in the social action helpline for them. But frankly, anybody who confuses a soap opera with anything close to reality, an action line is not going to help them. They've got way bigger problems than anything that might have been portrayed on the screen.
I can remember a meeting at quite a high level in television, and they got this new woman who was described as a bit of a hot rod, and she was going to make some big demands and shake the place up and change a few things, right? Yep. So she comes in and she bangs the table and then, all right, tell me, when was the last termination of pregnancy in that program? Answer me that one. Right? Expect them to say, oh no, we'd never thought of that. And they went, well, there was 2 last week, and that was her finished. I don't think we ever saw her again.
Well, you and me, Scottie, we can come up with a new soap opera where everyone's really nice to each other and nothing dramatic happens.
Yeah, beautiful people.
There might actually be a market for it. Listen, you've only got 2 minutes
left.
I
need to go. Listen,
sweep up the BAM.
Absolute top man, and lovely to hear you on DINKY-DOO.
Take care, Scottie.
And you, sir. Bless you. There we are. Guys, it's been a great show, says our wonderful Susan. Thank you, Susan. This is better than the football for sure. Love you, Scottie. Love you all. Thank you, Melinda. Melinda from the Mississippi. Professor Nupty. Oh, I've missed you, mate. Yes, you started the show without me. I will check out Taggart. I'm always looking for a crime drama, being a curious criminologist that I am. Texas Blue Bonnet, I've got a brilliant story to tell you, but I haven't time tonight, unfortunately. Thank you, Scottie. Janet, thank you. Lots of love to all you beautiful guys. This is Scottie McClue saying DINKY-DOO to every single one of you. Ta-ra, lads. Aren't they absolutely amazing? Guys, we're going to have to go. I don't want to go, but I think we're going to have to go. You can't beat Colombo. Just one more thing, ma'am. Good night, all. Good night, Susan. Night, all. Night, Tops. Hey, night, everybody. And DINKY-DOO from me, Scottie McClue. Stick out your tongue and say ta-ta. Ta-ta. Once more. Ta-ta.